Okay, I can actually hear beeping on my phone now, so hopefully that's a good sign. We've tried this a couple of times. I restarted my phone and hopefully there's sound now. So will you guys let me know as soon as you chime in if you can hear me or not. I'm Jordan Page with funcheaperfree.com and budgetbootcamp.com. Hi, thanks for hanging in there. As promised, I'm here to do a Facebook Live about all these groceries that I got. Oh, I see thumbs up, yay! Bubba saved the day. He told me to restart my phone and I was like, no, but I did. Loud and clear, yes. Sorry, I don't know what happened. That was weird. Oh, I'm so glad. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys. So here I am, gonna show you my groceries. So I have a big family. I've got 5 kids and they're little, you know, they're young. They're all in elementary school. They're all 7 and younger. Hi you guys. Hi from Virginia. Hi, hello. And so sure, they're not teenagers, but we eat a lot of food in our house. And so we need a lot of groceries. I cook a lot. We don't eat out a ton. And groceries can get really expensive. I know that. But I'm going to show you some of my methods for how I get groceries for a fraction of the cost without coupons. I am not a couponer. I do not believe in them. I do not enjoy them or like them. So sorry if you're a couponer. Here are alternative methods. But I can't wait to hear how. Okay, perfect. I'm so excited. So let me do this first. I'm not sure if I can flip my phone around. Pretty sure I can. Let me unhook from the tripod here. Woohoo! Sorry guys. Let me show you, let me just walk you through all these groceries first, show you what I have, and then I'll sit back down and answer all the questions. Okay, so let me flip. Okay, so this section I'll do last. This is kind of my full price section. But, so let's start over here. So we've got milk, got 3 gallons. We go through a lot of milk in our house. I've got a lot of cheese. Yes, this is a lot of cheese. They're 2-pound bags and they're normally $8. I got them for $3.99. The milk is normally like $2.10. I got it for $1.49. And the cheese, I freeze it. These we just kind of go through, but you can freeze milk too. That's actually why milk jugs are built the way they are. Do you know that? So you can freeze them and they'll expand without cracking. I got eggs for $1.50 a piece. I don't remember how much they were normally. The American Beauty pasta, this is food storage, this and that. We do go through pasta once in a while, and I do use sauce as a base for many things. I like homemade sauce, but I use this as like my base. And then for casseroles and stuff, it's a lot easier to use that than like to bust out scratch sauce for that. And so this was 50 cents a bag, 50 cents a can, which normally this is $1.20 and that's normally $1. So that's half or less than half. These baby carrots I got for $1 a bag for 1-pound bags. We like baby carrots in our house. My kids are a little bit picky and it's easier because they make me peel them and cut them anyway. And they're easy to cook in the crock pot too. Apples, we love apples. These are Gala apples that I got for, where's my paper? Hold on. Keep yourselves occupied for a minute. I got them for 79 cents a pound. And they were normally, I don't know what, $1 something. Okay, eggplants. I got them for 50 cents a pound. Cilantro was 33 cents each. Oh, Aldi's. Yes, we don't have Aldi's here in Utah, so I wasn't able to match Aldi's. Okay, these peppers I got for 79 cents each, and they're normally like $1 something a piece. I should have paid better attention to what the prices are right now. Some fresh green beans for 88 cents a pound. Some cauliflower. Where's my little tag? I don't remember what I got the cauliflower for, so let me check. Cauliflower. I don't remember. If you're really curious, I'll let you know. I'll find it. Okay, I got myself a ham because hams are like the easiest dinner, oh my gosh, it's heavy, on the planet. If you guys do not cook ham, you are missing out because one ham will feed your family for like days. You do ham and potatoes and whatever, and then you do ham sandwiches, and then you make a soup, and then, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. You can make omelets. It's awesome. So I price matched the ham for $1.27 a pound, normally like $1.99 or more. We are out of roast. We do a roast every Sunday, and then I always try to keep ground beef in the freezer. So these I got for $3.28 a pound, normally $4.86 a pound. And the meat is so freezable, so freezable. I get lazy and I literally will take this package and throw it in my freezer. But I do have a vacuum sealer. They're not that expensive. I asked for it for Christmas, and if I know I'm not gonna use it right away, like within the next few weeks, then you can vacuum seal it. But honestly, like ground beef, whatever, I seriously just throw in. All right, we all know, if you guys have followed me for longer than 5 seconds, you know these are my weakness, and they are only sold this time of year. So whenever I go to the store, I buy like between 1 and 3 or 4 bags. This one I busted open while I was shopping because it was like one of those days. I was in my head and I really needed chocolate. And these do not taste good if you let them sit in your pantry for a long time. So I put them in my freezer and they are delicious cold, but then even if you thaw them out, they taste like they are fresh from the factory. You're welcome. Okay, so these were full price and the baby food was full price. And yes, we mostly feed our baby table food, but we do supplement with baby food as well to make sure she's getting like lots of veggies and stuff that she maybe doesn't like to eat in the raw. And then again, this was, I was hungry, so I opened up this bag of chips and it was an impulse buy and I regret it. And then just a couple other things I needed. So all of these groceries, all of them that will feed our family for weeks and weeks and weeks, it was under $200. And that kind of includes most of this full price stuff. So like the price match had a list, worked at it to get a deal stuff was probably closer to like 180 or something. So for a family of 7, that's not bad. Okay, let me flip my phone around, hold on. Okay, Alicia, did they have coupons on the, no, I went to the store looking for them, Alicia, because I saw your picture that you had what we call peelies, which are like the coupons that stick to the outside of a package. Our store did not have them. I'm so sad. So that would have saved me even more on the Cadbury mini eggs. But economies must be taken. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made in order to eat your delicious chocolate that you wait all stinking year for. So I don't know. Okay, so now I showed you the groceries. Let me tell you how I did it, and then let me tell you what I plan to do with the food and the meals and all of that. And then I'll go back and try to answer your questions. Is that okay? I'm really trying to make eye contact and like focus because I get really distracted. Squirrel, like, hi from Denver, like that, just like that. You can't buy food that cheap in Australia. You know, there are, oh, I'm getting off track, but yes, there, depending on where you live, absolutely. And from store to store, even here in Utah, if you shop at Harmon's or Whole Foods versus like Smith's, Sprouts, or Walmart, you will have 2 entirely different, what are these things called? Receipts, I can promise you that. So, hold on one second. Let me tell you how I do it and why, and then we'll move on from there. So all this lovely food I get from Walmart. I shop at 2 places, Walmart and Costco. And I literally have 2 different lists in my phone. I use the app called Evernote. I like it because you can like do check boxes and then you can access it from your computer and whatever in case you lose your phone. So I have a Walmart list and a Costco list, and I kind of trade off. So if I do Costco, I only go shopping 1 time per week at the most. I can often go, like I can usually skip a week or 2 in between grocery shopping. Like I will not need to go for a while, except for maybe like a thing here or there. So, so if I go to Walmart this week, I won't go to Costco and I'll go next week. The reason I do that is because I have been teaching and preaching for a long time that you should only go grocery shopping 1 time per week, no matter what. If you are overspending on your groceries, which most of us are, a huge problem is either you're not like planning your meals before you go, you're not shopping what's on sale, or you're going too often. A lot of times people think that by going more often, they're having smaller like amounts of groceries, and so it's actually saving them money, but it's actually the contrary. So 1 time per week. It forces you to plan ahead, it forces you to look in your fridge and see what you have, all of that stuff. Okay, so at Costco, like I went on the cruise and I did come back and go to Costco because we needed diapers, we needed wipes, we needed laundry detergent. I usually focus on the non-food stuff at Costco. So that's like dog food, Ziploc baggies, tin foil, garbage bags, diapers, wipes, and then cooking things like olive oil, seasonings. I do get some food at Costco, like milk, bread, their spinach and lettuce is really inexpensive, and we go through that a lot with smoothies. Their bags of frozen fruit for smoothies, things like that. But I don't really buy meat there. I don't buy a ton of produce there because it's more expensive. And it's not that much nicer. We did buy strawberries and raspberries there the other day, and they were a little bit more per pound, but it's fine because like my Walmart doesn't even have raspberries right now. And they went bad in a couple days. I was super disappointed in them, but you know. So at Walmart, what I do is by the way, for those of you who have never seen me or met me before, I'm a blogger at funcheaperfree.com. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I help people figure out budgeting and frugal living and just living a super fun life on whatever budget you have and stretching your dollars to the breaking point. And with that, I have a website called budgetbootcamp.com, and it's a program that I made that is like, if I used to do one-on-one consulting, and essentially if I sat down with you for like months, 5 months, that's not how long it takes, but just meaning. And we sat down together. It's exactly what I would do to help you completely restructure your finances and afford Disneyland or cut back on groceries or stop fighting about money, whatever you want to do. So use the code Facebook at budgetbootcamp.com to get 10% off if you're interested in that. So I may refer to either my blog or my budgeting program, and that's what I'm talking about. So as explained on my blog and in the budgeting program, I use a website called Deals to Meals. It's gonna be backwards, but Deals to Meals. So I've actually become really good friends with her because I've used her since before I had kids. Back in like 2006, no, when was Hutch born? Back in 2009, I discovered this website, and it's helpful because I used to look at the ads every week and see what's on sale and plan my meals around that. But it's tricky because if I don't get certain ads, I don't know, it was just a lot. So she essentially, her website is $5 a month, and she goes through all the ads for the stores in your area. She's mostly on the West Coast. She is in every state, but she's like adding stores as she goes. And she will flag in red the best deals, the deals that are better than normal. So literally what I do is she takes all the deals from all the stores, I pull up her website, it looks kind of like this, like a spreadsheet. And if it's red, I'm like, yep, need it, nope, yep. I don't even look at the black, I don't even look at the blue, I just look at the red, which means great deals. And I add them to my cart, I print off my cart list, I go to Walmart and I price match it. And that's it. And you can remove certain stores. Like I have removed Albertsons because now Albertsons is not within 30 miles of me. So I've removed that from my list because that's the only way to price match. Now, what happens if you don't live near a Walmart? What happens if Walmart doesn't price match all these things? Well, let me start with what happens if you are near a Walmart but it doesn't price match. That's fine. It's true. They are cutting back many stores. Like they just removed price matching from 500 stores, which I figured it was maybe bound to happen or at least get cut back at some point. The Walmart by me is still holding out strong, and I love it. They're really great about price matching. I will say neighborhood Walmarts, they're called like neighborhood markets, are 10,000 times better than super Walmarts. So, because neighborhood Walmarts, all they do is food. Super Walmarts, they have a little bit of food to get you in the store, but it's mostly about like electronics and home goods, and that's where they make their money. They do have an app called Savings Catcher, and I'm trying to ignore the comments, but I saw somebody ask about that. Okay, Savings Catcher is clever. So one of the girls that works for me, Alicia, she has worked for Walmart for years. I don't even know how many years, like a million. And she was back end, super good worker there, worked a long time. So she knows the ins and outs. And I kind of asked her about it because I said, I don't feel like it works for me. Essentially, it's a free app. You shop at Walmart, and then at the bottom of your receipt, there's a humdinger, a barcode. You scan it with the app, and if there's anything on your receipt that is a cheaper price somewhere else, they will automatically credit you the difference. Okay, well, I've actually tested it a couple of times, knowing that there were stores that had cheaper prices on things and I didn't price match them. It's never caught anything. Close to 13 years. I almost said that, Alicia, but I didn't. So, and then Alicia explained to me that the reason they do that is because the app won't match store brand to store brand. So you're only gonna match name brand things, and they're kind of picky about it, and they don't match all the stores. So it's clever of them to kind of like get you off the price matching bandwagon or to give you a peace of mind that you're getting the best deals at Walmart. But I have zero faith in the app. It has never worked for me, not a single time. I know others who have saved a little bit of money, and that's great. So never hurts. It's a free app, but I would not rely on it at all. So I take my list, Go to my neighborhood Walmart. Doesn't work. I saved $80 in 1 year. That's actually pretty good. I saved a big fat boink, $0. But that's it. And I just walk around, and I do have methods for making it easier. For example, I buy a pack of these yard sale stickers. They're $1. And I write the price match price and stick it right on here. So then when it comes time, it won't match meat or produce. Oh, that's a bummer. I do both price match and savings catcher. That's good, a blend, that's great. But then I stick it on here so that way when I'm going through the checkout line, it doesn't take me any longer than anyone else. I do try to be nice about it. Like, see all those pasta sauces? I separated them by flavor or type, because if you have like traditional next to garlic, whatever, she has to scan them individually. But if you lump all the garlic ones together and lump all the traditional ones together, she can just count and beep, count and beep. And people at Walmart who work there are judged on their scans per, what is it, Alicia? Is it scans per hour? And so they need to keep up the pace, right? So you don't want to slow them down, keep them going, help them be good at their job. And that is literally what I do. Okay, so now what happens if you don't want to use deals to meals? That's fine. Just grab the ads, or what happens if you don't want to price match, okay? So you grab the ads from online. Lots of stores have apps now, or in your junk mail, and you just look at the front page and the back page. That's all you need to look at. The stuff in the middle is fluff. It is there to make their ad thicker. So front and back, just go through and circle if there's something that you need or could use that week, circle it and just go to the store that has the most good deals, or if you have a Walmart nearby that price matches, grab all those ads and walk into the Walmart and get all those best prices at one place. I started using Flip. Okay, Flip is a great app. It really is. That's what I was heading to next. There is an app called Flip, and it aggregates all the ads, or almost all the ads, for the stores in your area, and it is free. And if you take it to Walmart, it's awesome. And my friend actually just today showed me this. I didn't know this about the Flip app, but you can take a picture of your written shopping list. So my friend has a planner. She wrote her shopping list in her planner, took a picture of it, and it read it, aggregated it into the app, categorized it, and added it to her electronic shopping list. It was bonkers, and it was 100% right. I was like, you must have really good handwriting. I don't know if I would understand mine. So that's a good option. So there are so many ways. I know people are like, ew, I hate Walmart, or like, oh my gosh, I would never price match. That's so stressful. I get that, but there are a million ways to save money on groceries without, let me give you a scenario. Blah, 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 squirrel. Here's a scenario. You're like, oh my gosh, we have no food in our house. I mean, the fridge is full, but like there's nothing to eat, right? So you jump in the car, you go to the store, nearest store, the store you like to go to. Maybe it's even like a higher end store, because you assume that because it's higher end, the food there is nicer, or whatever it is. So you go to the store and you just like walk in the aisles, and you're like, okay, taco shells, sure, I'll do taco, whatever. You just throw some things in, you're kind of making a plan as you go, or maybe you did make some meal plans before you went, whatever. You check out, you go home, and then maybe you do it again the next few days. That is how most people do their grocery shopping. I would love to come to your house and go grocery shopping with you and blow your mind, because I can guarantee you, you are paying double what you should be, double. Here's how you can save money on your groceries and still make it just as easy. It really doesn't take any time. I'm not gonna tell you to go get a coupon notebook. Here's what I would suggest. What you do instead is kind of like we talked about. First, open your fridge before you do anything else. Me. Rachel, you are not alone. Come over and help me. You guys, I want to so bad. That's the TV show. Chrissy, hi. We went to high school together. How are you? That's the TV show actually that I've been like fighting for so long. It keeps losing funding, but I really want to do that. Wouldn't that be so fun? I could come to your house. I should just do it with or without cameras. Anyway, squirrel, side note. So first thing you do is you open your fridge and your pantry and your freezer. Just look through and find everything you need to use up before you go to the store, and write it down. There is no shame in this. A tip that I say a lot, my gosh. I was just looking for my phone. I was like, where's my phone? I'm talking at it, to it. Sorry, I'm a visual person, so I wanted a visual. Let's say you have a phone. Keep your shopping list in your phone, not on paper. Paper feels good. I use paper for several things. Don't use it for your shopping list. If you have a phone, tell me the last time you stepped 10 feet from your house without it. I know I have made it all the way to the gym and turned around and came home to be late to my class to get it because I cannot live without my phone. You won't go shopping without it. So keep your list in your phone, and then if you find yourself with a quick minute, you can run to the store and not have to do it from memory or impulsively buy stuff. So that's number one. So make a list in your phone, not only of what you need from the store, but what you have and need to use up. And then look at what's on sale next. So for me, that means deals to meals. So let me show you kind of like what my list looked like. I mean, actually, you're seeing it behind me. So I was looking in my freezer, and I'm fairly out of meat. Like, we were down to our last roast. We only have a few ground beefs left. I needed some chicken. And so I was like really looking at meat and thinking like, okay, good. So now we could do French dip subs. We could do a roast on Sunday, whatever it is. I was kind of planning meals in my head based around that chicken. And then I was looking at the list. I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. Well, ham's on sale, so there's another thing I can stick in my freezer. There's tons of pasta and sauce on sale this week, so that's great. I could do like a chicken pasta bake, and then, what are these called? These things? Eggplants? These are on sale. Eggplant parmesan is awesome. I actually made it once, and I did like an eggplant chicken parmesan, because my husband's a total meat guy. Huh, Bubba? He's a meat guy. So, huh? You can, Bubba would like you all to please use the eggplant emoji, because there is one. There is not a Diet Coke emoji, but there's an eggplant emoji. Injustice, I'm just saying. So, so I'm like, okay, cool. Well, there's sauce, I've got chicken, I've got eggplants, I can do eggplant parmesan. So then I'm like, okay, ground beef is on sale, so is cilantro, so are bell peppers, so is cheese. I've got tortillas in the freezer, here come the eggplant emojis. Hi, Bubba, Sandra Sanchez Casado says. So anyway, that's kind of how I do it. So you look at what's on sale and you think like, okay, I could use that, I need that, yes. And then lastly, you write down things that you need or are out of. Like, I am completely out of fabric softener, DDP, not Diet Coke. Yes, Emma Moreno, thank you. You know me. I actually do not like Diet Coke. I will drink it because, come on. If a girl needs caffeine, like, what are you going to do? But let's be honest, Dr. Pepper tastes a lot better. Or at least I think. Dr. Pepper emojis are needed. Yes. Actually means something dirty. What? The eggplant emoji? I don't even want to know, Victoria. I'm too young for that. Tell me when I'm older. And that's it. So mentally, that's kind of how I'm planning my meals, is around that. And then I go to the store. And while I'm there, yes, there are moments where impulse buys happen. Just saying. And once in a while, I will stock up on something that is not on sale or price match, such as baby food, because I need it and whatever else. So that is okay, but you will notice that little section right there, some bubble bath, a few sippy cups because Davy broke like all of ours, and chocolate and a bag of chips and a thing of conditioner is like all I paid full price for it. That is it. And there's a bag of Ziplocs, which, let me explain that. That is a need. Chocolate eggs is a need. It is a need. If you do not have these in your life, you need to reassess your priorities. You need to sit down and you need to think about how you're doing, how your life is, because I promise there's a void. I promise. The baggies. I paid like $2 for that little bag of Ziploc. Preach. Amen. Hallelujah. That little bag of Ziplocs, that little box of Ziplocs. Why? Because all I need is, it has 90 in the box. It takes me a long time to go through 90 snack size bags. So I'm not gonna go to Costco and spend like $12 on like this big multi-pack that maybe also has like a little 90 pack box of snack things. I'd rather pay full price for exactly what I need that will last me a long time rather than spending that money unnecessarily at Costco. Let me think. Is there anything else? I'm ready to like launch into. Oh, deals to meals. Couple of things. Number one, on how you heard about us, in the drop-down menu, say fun, cheap, or free, and you get a free trial, and that's great. So you can try it before you buy it. And then secondly, oh, they have meal plans. Duh. That's like a huge part of what they do is they help you come up with meals that use up what's on sale the week before and then the week you're in, which is great. So for me, I kind of go through these waves where like I'm all about her meal plans because she's a really good cook and she's got 6 kids that eat a ton. So they're like good hearty meals and they're not too complicated, but she does have you make things from scratch, which is great. But then I'll be like, oh, I'm fine. So, okay, questions. Why should we not use coupons? Hey, Susan, you can use, is that Susan Peacock? Like, that I grew up with? Susan Peacock? If it is, hello. Look, use coupons. There is no harm in it. The Flip app is great because coupons that do come in, you can just use them right there in the app. Here's why I choose not to use coupons. Because I have found that they save me money 0% of the time, almost 0% of the time. Usually the coupons are for name brand things, pantry items, and non-food items, which I buy at Costco. I really like no name brand because I feel like they're just as fine. And just for the record, Kirkland brand isn't made by Costco. It's made by all the name brands. So, you know, they're like almost the same. But usually my non-food stuff, I buy at Costco and it's even cheaper. It's cheaper even than if I had a coupon. And that's usually why. And then the food that I buy the most, which is like store brand, fresh stuff, they don't have coupons for it. So that's why. How do I start? Is Walmart's meat actually good and worth it? Yeah, so they've actually been doing this big thing where there's like been taste testing. They put Walmart meat in a bunch of restaurants. They've been doing all this stuff to prove that their meat is just as good as any other store. And I do believe that. They do have the premium line of meats. The best meat you can buy at a store, you'll get from Costco. That is the type of meat that like a restaurant would buy, like a steak restaurant or whatever, which is why it's a lot more expensive. So it is premium. So would I pay $2.99 a pound for ground beef instead of $1.99 a pound for ground beef when I'm gonna like mix it in a Mexican casserole? No, I would prefer to save that money and then use that money to maybe put towards something that's a little more important, or like a steak that stands alone, or seafood. You wanna go for nice seafood, you know what I mean? So for me, I'm not a foodie. I can't really taste much of the difference. My kids are young. But, oh, Meredith, what did you say? Everyone's agreeing with you. Let me scroll back. Hold on. Confession, I secretly look forward to the grocery store sale ads coming each week. That's cute, Meredith. You are cute. So is everyone else that agreed. Side note, squirrel. Get that meat and milk in the fridge. I know, is that stressing you out? It's actually fine. I grew up 90 miles away from the nearest Costco. So that's like over an hour and a half-ish, like an hour and a half. So we'd like go shopping at Costco and then we'd have to run to a few other stores and then we'd have to drive all the way home and we never got sick. So it's fine. I will get it in the fridge, I promise. It was actually in the fridge. Like I took a picture, put it away, and then brought it back out for this. So you're welcome. Okay, now Team the Dows. Jonna, hi. Jonna Harper, which is not Harper anymore. Hello, this is so fun. It's like a reunion over here. Okay, how much should you guys spend on groceries? I forgot to say that. I have always said this, and I still stand firm, that $100 per person in your family per month is like a good aim. That is good, it's doable. Now, a few asterisks, if you will. If there's only 2 of you, $200 a month is not realistic. So I usually say like starting at $300 a month, $100 per person per month, including babies. So Maury, even though she's only 9 months old, she is $100 per month because there's diapers, there's wipes, there's baby food, there's formula, all of that. It all evens out. If there's only 2 of you, start at $300. East Coast, yeah, I was gonna say, depending on where you live, totally. It may be like $200 per person per month or $120 or whatever it is. But It kind of depends. Hawaii, yeah, your loaf of bread is like $7. It's gonna be like $500 per person per month. No, I don't know. But set it and make it kind of a stretch. So you're meaning like a challenge so that you're forced to concentrate too much. But because of you, I pushed for 150 a week for 6. That's amazing. Well, 5, my older son does his own thing. That's really cool, Sandra. It's doable. It really super is. But there are a few things. If you have celiacs or gluten intolerances in your house, if you are a foodie and food is so important to you and you buy only organic or you buy like really rare, unique things, you cook gourmet meals every night, sure, all of that makes a difference, right? But for the average everyday family, even those that are very health conscious, because if you look, like I've got Cadbury eggs, but the rest of the food here is fairly healthy. Sure, there's pasta and there's pasta sauce. But, you know, for the most part, it's mostly like eggs, meat, veggies, and chocolate. The main food groups, along with candy and candy canes and candy corns and syrup. So is eating out included in that budget? No, eating out is separate. But that grocery budget is not just food. I consider that consumables. So that means anything that you consume on a regular basis and need to replace. Detergent, diapers, dog food, shampoo, soap, deodorant, fabric softener, cleaning supplies, all of that stuff. So for my family, my budget is $175 per week. I did go over this week, but you know what? I didn't go grocery shopping. I didn't go grocery shopping last week, so I totally feel fine about that. What are your thoughts on Winco? I think Winco can be Elf, yay! Wow, I way overspent on groceries, help. Hey, I'm here, girl, Brenda. We got this. Toilet paper, yes, toilet paper, all that stuff. You can do it. Just, I will say, if you walk away with nothing else, change 3 things for me, okay? Just start super small. I'm not gonna ask you to go price matching today. Like, just start small. Number 1, pick 1 day per week to go grocery shopping. That's it. Rachel, I grew up in the Dalles. Oh, in Dallas, Oregon, outside of Salem, and everyone thought it was the Dalles. See, just now. And guess what? When I was a senior, all of our Letterman's jackets got sent to Dallas, Oregon, and we like had to borrow other people's for pictures. It was pretty funny. It happens. So number 1 time per week, no matter what. And don't think about your grocery budget in terms of a month-long budget. Please break it down per week. So for me with a family of 7, that's $175 per week is what I have to spend on groceries. Okay, number 2, don't go to the store without a list or a plan. You need to plan your meals before you go, but you need to plan them around what's on sale. So whether that's pick one store that has the best prices that week, or whether it's get up the courage to go find a Walmart near you and price match if you can. It may take a few tries, and honestly, from one checker to the next, it could be a completely different experience. But if you only change those 3 things and throw in there like plan your meals around what's on sale and what you have already, done. But then a few other ways to save money in the long run is obviously if something's on sale, like if your pasta sauce is freaking 50 cents, yeah, I mean, how many cans do I have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's say I have 40 cans over there. That's only $20 in sauce, but that's like a year supply or more. So then I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. And if I'm in the middle of a recipe and the eggplant's on sale, I don't have to go spend double what I paid for it today to make a complete recipe. I have it on hand. So if something's on sale, buy 1 extra. If you need 1 pound of ground beef for your recipe for that week, but it's on sale, grab 2, grab 3, stick the other ones in your freezer. Or you can even cook them up. I do that too. I cook them up either with onion, taco seasoning, or nothing, and I put it in a baggie, throw it in my freezer. It's awesome. The only times you really need raw ground beef is for like meatballs. Otherwise, it tells you to brown it, and even if it says to brown it with like onions and stuff, you just do it even though it's cooked. Meals you're going to make with the food and freezer tips. Boy, you know what we should do? Here's what we're gonna do, Emily. I will do a separate Facebook Live just on freezer stuff because there is so much I can tell you about freezing. Freezering. Do you freeze meals for later use? Yes, and actually in about a week, myself and Ashley's Fresh Fix, if you guys follow her on Instagram, she's amazing. We are coming out with a healthy month of Healthy Freezer Meals ebook that is going to be completely free. So be watching for that. It's going to come out in like a week. We're just barely finalizing the last few things. So, and we'll have some tips in there too. So be ready. Follow my blog, funcheaperfree.com, and you'll know about it. We're only giving away like 10,000 free copies, which that sounds like a lot, but that could go in the first couple of days. So jump on that. I freeze everything. Try it. If it doesn't work out, then now you know for next time. But you wanted me to tell you some weird things that you can freeze? You can freeze whole meals that are uncooked or even partially cooked like a traditional freezer meal, or Winco. Okay, Emma, Winco, I like Winco because of the bulk. The bulk section I think is fine. I personally, it's not worth the drive. I save plenty by my methods at Costco and Walmart, so I don't have the need, but I think Winco is great. If there was an Aldi near me, I would live at Aldi like every day. So there you go, sorry. Now, you can also freeze leftovers. So if I cook a big casserole or whatever, and we only eat a part of it and we're starting to get sick of it, yeah, I'll throw foil on that, buddy, and stick it in the freezer. Or better yet, put it in individual Tupperware containers, so then when it's time for lunch, boop, you nuke it and it's done. You know at Costco when you go and buy those little like teriyaki bowls or those individual things, what do you think that is? That's something that somebody cooked and then froze, and all you're doing is reheating it. So if you cook something, freeze it and reheat it, it's fine. It's fine. You can freeze cooked rice. You can freeze cooked pasta. You can freeze vegetables, raw, cooked, or otherwise. You just want to chop them first. You can freeze dairy like crazy. I freeze cottage cheese. And in fact, I learned from Deals to Meals that once it thaws out, you can kind of blend it a little bit and use it in place of ricotta cheese in recipes, which is way cheaper. And so cottage cheese, cream cheese, string cheese, sour cream, all of those things except for the string cheese, you wouldn't want to use plain because it does change the texture a little bit. But anyway, I'm getting off tangent. We'll talk about that in the freezer thing. I get passionate about it. But you can freeze anything, including Cadbury eggs. Chocolate break. All right, dairy. Yeah, you can freeze literally, you guys. Bread. Bread's a no-brainer. We spent $3,300 last month on food. Well, let me see. Oh, let me make sure I'm reading that right. Chris, we spent $3,300 last month on food for our family of 6. Well, Chris, Tabitha, Alexander, I hope that if you take a few of these things and implement them, where do you live? Are you in the US? Clearly I way overspend. Congratulations. That probably means you guys are doing great financially. Like that's really cool. The fact that you can afford to spend that much on food, like what a gift. But can I get real for a second? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your money, but I will ask you a few questions. Number one, you're in Florida. Okay, so maybe your groceries are more expensive, but still, if you're spending like $1,500 a month, I'd be like, ooh. So, let's try to get down to that. Here are my questions for you. And this is for everybody who are like, oh, this sounds like a lot of work. I kind of just want to go grocery shop. I get it. But do you ever have those moments where you're just going through Instagram and you're like, oh, they just got a new car, and like, oh my gosh, they're in Hawaii again, and oh my gosh, look at like this amazing Christmas that this family got, or whatever it is. And do you ever have those feelings of like, what are we doing wrong? Like, we work so hard. Maybe these groceries are what's keeping you from your dreams. And that's really what it comes down to for me, is sure, maybe I'm nickel and diming. Maybe it takes me a little bit longer to grocery shop than other people. Maybe I'm not feeding my family gourmet meals. My family doesn't really care. And God bless them for it, because I'm not a big cook. But for us, we this year have really poured our money into experiences. We're traveling for like the first time ever. We've done a couple trips this year, and that's just been like magical, especially for me. We bought our dream home, our 8,600 square foot dream home that we saved a long time for, and we put a big chunk down, and we had to do all these things to get there. But for us, like big picture, it was Target, Costco that was keeping us from our dreams. So I kind of like scaled back, and really tried to put it into perspective and set budgets that were tight for things that really don't matter that much to us so that we then have money freed up for lots of other things. So honestly, Chris, Tabitha, Alexander, I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your money or how much to spend on groceries, but if you want bigger things, if you wanna do more things with that money, then that's something to consider. And honestly, for a family of six, $600 a month is reasonable. What if we get to $1,500? Let's just try that. And I want to see how it goes. And I'd love to help you get there. All right, you guys are talking about Aldi's. They're the same company. Yeah, I am a big fan of Aldi's. Mary, who works for me, has one in California, and she goes there and sends me pictures, and I like drool over the phone. I'm like, 80 cents for a bag of chips, what? But we don't have one. They need to hurry up and come to Utah. But maybe they're like, we can't go to Utah. Those families are way too big. We would lose money on it. Love your green straw drink thingy. Oh, thanks. It's from Costco. Again, non-food item. I would never buy a water bottle like this at Costco. At Walmart. It costs more and it wouldn't be as good of quality. So stuff like this, I seek out at Costco. I shop at Kroger. That's great. Milk freezes, but my kids say it tastes a bit different after thawed. You know what? And it kind of does, Nikel. So things that have been frozen and thawed, I don't often eat them plain. Does that make sense? So all of the dairy that I mentioned, with the exception of cheese, as long as it is shredded or as long as it is like string cheese, but not bricks, no. But with the exception of that, it changes a little bit. So I usually freeze stuff that I plan to use in things. So milk, if it's been frozen and thawed, draw an X on it and use that for like cooking, pancakes, cereal even, something rather than just like drinking a glass of milk. Because sometimes it does change the taste a little bit because especially if it's like, what is that called? Whole milk. It kind of separates like the fat, like the cream a little bit. So let the milk thaw for a whole day or two before you start drinking. Yeah, and that is true. And that's one thing I was gonna say. And then be sure to shake it up really well. And my kids don't really notice a difference, but you never know. Good questions. How about just a couple more and then I'm gonna wrap up. Can you price match online grocery shopping? Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So there's a lot of grocery stores that are doing, you order online and you can pull up and they put it in your car and it's just like heaven in a handbasket. I love that idea. A friend of mine, she's got 5 kids, I believe, super organized, right? But very busy. And every Sunday she sits down and she doesn't price match or look at what's on sale, but I still respect this method a lot. She sits down and she plans her meals, plans them out. She goes to her computer, orders everything she needs, and Monday morning, she drops her kids off at school, picks up her groceries, comes home, and she's done for the week. She knows exactly how much she spends. That's it. She never even has to get out of her car. I totally respect that. And she maybe spends a little more than me on groceries, but it works really well for them as a family. Do they price match? I don't think they do to this extent. I do think that like the Walmart ones and even Smith's for those local Utahns, I think someone said that in the comments, if you say, hey, this is 50 cents cheaper at blah, 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 that sometimes they'll honor it. Oh yeah, dealstomeals.com is what I use personally. So, Heather White, you look hot in a hat. Thanks. It's because I'm covering up my like greasy mom hair. I didn't go to the gym today, so I didn't have a chance to like get fully ready. My kids are sick. Blah. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna take one more question and then let you guys go because you're probably sick of looking at my face. I've never had them price match. Storage, how do you store it? Store food? Okay, that is a fabulous question. I have a lot of freezers. So let me tell you about our houses. So we started in a 2-bedroom townhome. It was like super tall and skinny, 2 bedrooms, inner city, just little cute newlywed place. And our pantry was like this big, and we had a garage, but it was like this big, and it was tight, but we made it work. We had a small fridge with like one of the little freezers on top, so we had that packed. And then I bought just in classifieds like a stand-up freezer in our garage, and that's what we used. And it was a squeeze, but we did it. And then we moved, and in our next house, we upgraded to like a bigger fridge and freezer. The upright freezer died. We got rid of that. We got a little chest freezer instead, and that was fine. But in this house, There's like a basement apartment that has a fridge and freezer. We have an extra fridge and freezer in our pantry. We have a ton in this house. So we're spoiled here, but honestly, like under beds, garages, closet space, depending on your climate, obviously. Freeze if you can, and pantry. And otherwise, we just kind of get creative. Like Bubba's sister lives in Northern California. She has no garage and like no extra space, but she has a guest room. And in that guest room, she put up a bunch of those metal utility Costco shelves and all along one wall, and that's just like her food storage in the middle of the guest room. Bubba's parents in Arizona, they don't have a basement and they don't have any spare rooms, and so they keep food storage like under beds. I don't know, this is kind of how they do it. For the Costco diapers, I stock up when they are on sale. Yes, Catherine, and did you know that if you buy something at Costco and it goes on sale within 30 days, if you ask them at customer service, they will refund you the difference. So if you ever find that you run out of diapers, you buy them and you're like, oh man, they just went on sale. Don't worry, Foo, they got you. Okay, I think that's it. Love you guys, this was really long. Don't you worry, we'll do another one. What about all these tips for a single person with a small apartment freezer? My friend Jessica is in the exact same boat. Do your best. And what I tell Jess is like, just honestly do your best. Maybe this isn't your time or season to freeze a ton of things, and that's okay. But pack your lunches and try to eat out less, because I think that's the biggest expense when you're single. Is like, for me, I would never cook for myself. I'd go out to eat every lunch and every dinner because I don't like cooking. So maybe just try and say, okay, maybe I have to cook more often, but then I'm okay to spend a little more and buy fresh stuff more often because I don't have a freezer. I don't know what to tell you, sorry. Okay, love you guys, you're the best. I need to stop looking at your questions because there's so many, but I love you. Come say hi to me on Instagram. I'll try to be good about answering questions on there. Facebook is like, there's a lot going on Facebook, so I'm not as good about it, but I'll do my best. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.